Hey, what's going on everyone? My name is Daniel and welcome back for another new video. So today's video is a little different. Usually I don't really like to review Chinese phones. Usually I don't recommend people to buy Chinese phones, but today is a different kind of video. In today's video we are going to be discussing about maybe 1.5 year old flagship from Oppo, and that is the Oppo F5. That is one of the most anticipated Oppo smartphones that I've ever heard of or seen. I've seen this phone with a lot of people. I've heard a lot of good reviews of this phone, and to be very honest, at first I thought it was just nostalgia, but then I got ahead and bought the phone in 2020, maybe a little late, but who says. It's a great phone, so let's start the review. Alright, so let's get away with the specs first. The specs are 4 gigs of RAM, 64 gigs of memory, 3200 mAh battery. It has 6.0 inch LCD display. It doesn't have an aluminum body, not even a plastic material. It has a plastic material, but hey, that was a trend back in 2017 or 2018, so it doesn't really matter. So I think the body of the phone is really solid. I think I really like the color combination that Oppo has chosen to give in this phone. Of course there are red versions and black, and of course I think there was a white version that was a limited version, but I think this blue version is really great. It has a purple tint to it on the bottom, and I think that the body is a little fragile because it's still plastic, and of course the color can run off the phone easily, but a lot of the people are just gonna be fine with it because they are at the end of the day going to slap a case on top of the phone. So I think the plastic body doesn't really even matter. The body is beautiful in looks and stuff, and to be very honest, I think the body of the phone is great. I think I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10 just because it has a really great looks to it. Alright, so the next thing, when I said the phone is 1.5 years old flagship, is performance, because when it comes to 1.5 years old, a lot of people are going to say, oh, it's slow, it's going to have a lot of the games are not going to be working, a lot of the social media is not going to look good. But to be very honest, when it comes to social networking and media consumption, I think this device is great. It has a 6.0 HD plus LCD display, which is a little bit worse in terms of the spec sheet, but when you kind of look at the device itself in person, in real life, I think the display is really great. It kind of lacks that surround sound or ambient lighting that we see in Samsung and iPhones, but hey, it comes at a price point of 20k, so I don't think there's a lot to lose here. Like, if you pick up a Redmi phone or Realme phone, the screens are gonna be even worse than Oppo, Vivo, and OnePlus. So the next thing is biometrics and security. When a Chinese phone comes into your mind, what comes first? Security laws and all that kind of stuff, flaws and stuff. But to be very honest, I think I'm not concerned about security on this phone because Oppo is an international brand, and if they really did had a backdoor to the Chinese government, they would have met the same fate that Huawei is dealing with today. So I think that there are not any kind of security flaws with this phone for those people who really think the Chinese phones are dangerous to use. And while we're talking about biometrics and security, let's talk about the biometric options on the phone. So the rear fingerprint scanner on this phone is really fast. I can't say if it's secure or not. I can't say if it's a supersonic fingerprint scanner or it's an optical one, but it's a rear fingerprint scanner. It's reliable, it's fast, and I think in terms of biometrics and security, I'm gonna give it a 8 out of 10. Alright, so let's talk about what Oppo phones have been known for years now. Oppo was advertising their phones like this. Oppo, many people were concerning about the cameras of the phone. So to be very honest, the cameras of the phone are really great. It has a 20 megapixel sensor with f2.0 on the front and a 16 megapixel sensor with f1.8 on the rear. And a lot of people are going to be confused, like, oh, the front camera is 20 megapixels and the rear camera is 16 megapixels. Alright, so the last category is gaming. When you hear a phone that is 1.5 years old, what comes to your mind? For gaming performance and all that kind of stuff. But to be very honest, games like PUBG, Call of Duty, we have Free Fire. During Free Fire, not a lot of people really like to talk about it, but I think it's one of my favorite games, and I play it almost daily. But to be very honest, I've tested Free Fire on this game, and I think it runs on more than 60 FPS. It runs on ultra graphics, and of course there are some lags here and there, but I think that just really doesn't make a difference in the overall experience of the phone. So overall, the phone is a really great package. The cameras are solid, the battery life is solid, build quality, if you slap a case on it, it doesn't really even matter. The phone is good in looks. It has really great screen, really great gaming performance. I think the phone is really great overall. I will give this phone an 8 out of 10, and I would definitely recommend you to go ahead, buy this phone, enjoy it. And I think if you buy this phone today, you are going to make this phone last for about 1.5 years, or even if you are conscious enough, maybe it can give you a support of 2 years. And overall, that's a really great phone, to be very honest. And I think I will end right here the video, and see you guys tomorrow.